The reality is that most people just think that real estate is about buying lands or building a house, but that's just like surface level of thinking. If you really understand real estate, you understand that it's not just one market; it's a system of asset classes, each having its own level of risks, levels, cash flow, and things like also its wealth potential. Let me break it in a way that serious investors see it. Now we have one, which is the residential real estate. Now, residential real estate is the most common, right? It's the most common, but also it is the most misunderstood form of real estate. It includes things like single homes or like family houses, residential apartments, or even gated buildings. But this is what many people don't tell you about residential real estate, all right, because it is based on population growth. It is driven by population growth, income levels, and urban expansion, stuff like that. So this simply means that if people are moving into a city, all right, that is residential building, residential real estate is going to be winning so badly. So, and if people are losing their jobs, residential real estate is going to be losing. So there are two ways you can play this game of residential real estate. It's either you go for capital appreciation or you go for rental income. So, but what smart investors actually do here is that they don't guess, all right? They study immigration structures, they study infrastructure development and demand pressure. Now, let's talk about number two, which is commercial real estate. This is where the game starts to change. Commercial real estate includes retail shops, includes office buildings, it also includes things like shopping complexes. So, what stands out about commercial real estate is that it is not about people, all right? It is about strictly business. So, which means that if businesses are actually expanding, then commercial real estate is going to be expanding as well. So, if businesses are not moving well, you're going to have vacancies, then it's also going to be affected. Now, what makes commercial real estate to stand out is that it has higher rental yields, right, or long-term lease, and also we have things like tenants who maintain the property itself. Like you can rent a store and you do you modify it to your own taste. But what you must understand here is that it requires enough capital and serious analysis. Now, the third type of real estate is the industrial real estate. Now, in this one, this is where most small investors are actually very blind. All right. Now, industrial real estate includes things like industrial warehouses, factories, things like logistic hub and production facilities. And the clip here is that right now this is one of the fastest growing type of real estate. Why is that? Because the e-commerce and manufacturing sectors, they are actually expanding heavily. Because why? Every product you see online, whatever you see online passes through an industrial asset. So this sector is less emotional but very strategic because it is about location, access to transport, and proximity to markets. So the investors that are actually in industrial real estate, they are not thinking small. They are people that are thinking about scaling always. Now, the final one is the land real estate. So now let's talk about land. Land is the most basic form of real estate that everybody knows about. But unfortunately, it's the one that is the most abused. Why? Because a lot of people buy land and they do nothing with it. They're the main reason they're buying the land. So they just speculated and then they buy it thinking that that's an investment that they're making. Now, the key thing about land is that land only becomes valuable when you understand the future drivers of that particular property, which are things like road expansions, urban growth, government projects, and tourism development, maybe commercial zoning environment, and maybe things like commercial zoning potential. Take note that smart investors, they don't buy land based on that it is cheap. They buy land because they can see what that land will become in 5 to 10 years. So it is not about just choosing which type of real estate you want to do. It is about choosing the right form of real estate at the right place. Practically, you can lose money in all of the forms of real estate. But the difference is what? Knowledge, timing, and execution. So I'm going to be leaving you with this. If you want to win in real estate, stop thinking like a buyer, all right? Start thinking like a developer. Start thinking like an investor, because real estate is not just about maybe owning properties. It's about controlling value. All right. So follow this particular page so that you are going to always be notified on the educational contents that I'm going to be giving out based on real estate, construction, and all those sectors.